I can't stand remakes. The only remakes I seem to stand tend to be of the video game side and the video game reality, and only from Capcom generally, except you Resident Evil 3 remake. Ugh. So then I remember the announcement of a remake of one of the greatest psychological horror games of all time, if not the greatest. Big rigs over the road racing. Jokes aside, Silent Hill 2 was getting a remake and won by an interesting studio known as Blooper Team, a Polish studio known for their famous works such as Paper Wars, Cannon Fodder, Basement Crawl, Double Blooper? The hell is that? Anyways, this is the same studio known more so by people for Layers of Fear and Observer, two classic indie hits that some might consider controversial or really boring in some circles. I never really played them, to be honest. I've only seen snippets of Layers of Fear, and I've never really heard of Observer, but they are Polish and they do make one hell of a sausage.
At least you got your appetite back.
Silent Hill 2 being remade is the quintessential example of why remakes should not ever exist and why remakes are very bad for the story medium that they come from. Let me make myself very clear. The game itself is not terrible, plays exceptionally well, and there are many aspects of it that are enjoyable, but it's like going to a middle school band recital and they're playing the good music, you know, Ode to Joy and all that, but they're not the orchestra. There's no gravitas, and certainly not what the conductor had in mind. Silent Hill 2 Remake is a solid 6 out of 10, and that is just a very frustrating score for me to give.
Get out of here, you brat!
Graphically, it is such a mixed bag. The fog effects are fine, especially when you're first in the town. Enemies are exactly what I thought they'd look like, which is a plus. The nurses, they're not sexy though. But that's also the point. There's just so many details that are missing that it loses the overall sense of immersion. Sure, it's pretty, but certain scenes being lit differently just changes the entirety of the mood alone. I mean, just entering Silent Hill doesn't feel mysterious. Like, when you played the original game, it was as if you're just entering another world and there's no turning back whatsoever. It literally just feels like in this game, you're just entering a town. Like you're just jogging in jeans and a coat for some reason. Again, it's beautiful at times, but it overdoes it. Like, imagine your girlfriend or your effeminate boyfriend, whatever, I don't care, I don't judge, putting on makeup, and even though they clearly don't need it because they're just very beautiful and attractive individuals to begin with, they overdo it, and it just makes them look drastically different than they're not supposed to, and it's just like, okay, what the hell? That's what this game feels like as a result. Certain characters look different, and those characters in their appearances and changes to their appearance are the most troubling. Like, I don't want to see Maria's tits, for instance. Let me make that abundantly clear, because my girl might watch this video and I don't want to sleep with one eye open. Just kidding, hun, I love you. But the whole point of her outfit was to show James' sexual frustrations, and the game making a joke about said outfit means, at least to me, that they do not understand what is one of the most single important aspects of the game and story itself.
Hey, you think I'd look good in this one?
Sure.
The biggest reason why I think remakes are bad isn't because it ruins the original. It's mainly because newer generations will not true interactions with Silent Hill 2 as a full-on mechanical gameplay concept unless you have that god-awful remaster, and either or are emulating or have the original on PS2. My point is, unless you actually have the originals or you have the ability to play the originals, people will only understand this version, which I think is a watered-down modern, quote-unquote, retelling of the original story, which it does for the most part, but it just does it in such a boring and uninteresting way that was made with very little understanding about why this game was popular to begin with. The tension, the David Lynch-like feelings, and the complete sense that this entire existence feels like a dream and a nightmare rolled all into one are all missing in this game. Most, if not all, characters are played more straight and serious, except for Eddie, you fat piece of lard. And this just goes on with my problem with remakes as a general idea and concept. Like, imagine all the other things that have been remade, which is a lot of things. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, remember the original Predator? How incredible that movie was? Or the original Running Man? Or Total Recall? God, they need to stop remaking Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. It's a shame that they butchered the meaning and aura of the story, because the gameplay, it's certainly more usable and playable than the previous game, but man, this game does drag on and on and on. Little tidbit, this game is much longer than the original, which I found strange, but they expanded on some parts, notably the prison and labyrinth, which, God, I swear, if I have to go through that maze again, ugh, I'm about to be sent to Silent Hill for something that I did. They're gonna have to hold me back because I'm about to go firm. Like, this is a problem, because horror games can be long, but they in particular do have to have flow and cannot drag, even more so than regular narrative games. You either have to introduce new concepts or shorten the runtime. Alien Isolation, I think, deals with this as well. On my first playthrough with minimal help, it took me nearly 10 hours to beat this game, and that is with me needing help on several puzzles, especially that one puzzle in the prison. Oh, and I almost forgot. Oh, fuck off, mannequin. These stupid freaking mannequins. Oh my god, go to bold choice to remake this game. Only with me looking on in confusion considering they are now remaking the first game. Like, what the hell? If any game needed a fresh coat of paint, it was, you know, that one. You know, the one a lot of people, including myself, haven't played. You know, the one where the PS1 face models look like my 6-year-old Play-Doh dolls. You know, the game that literally started it all. I don't quite know what came of the choice to remake this game, which sucks because I do want to like this game, but objectively, I can't. I have no intention of replaying this game unless I want a more upscaled and shorter full playthrough on my channel, which coming soon if I do, but probably not. Again, my opinion, and a short one at that, is just that this is one of the most concrete examples of me experiencing something in my childhood and experiencing this today, and it's just not the same experience, at least in comparison to the original game. It's just not a meaningful game with not a lot of attention to detail. It just seems like they were that student that wrote a paper and just copied the straight text out, but did just enough rewriting to get a B, even if they don't understand the actual material that they actually wrote. It's disappointing, and a reason why I get cynical when I see reviews giving this game like a 9 out of 10, because it's just not. I'm so sorry, James. But hey, I guess we'll have the third game being remade in probably like 5 years. Cheers.